So, the first video we're going to watch, because I already have them picked out, is mother horrified after finding bodies inside her house. So, this should be interesting.
Oh my God. You need to get the police out to Long Acre Lane. My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window. Him and his girlfriend are tied up in the basement.
This mother has just discovered her son and his girlfriend in a state no one can imagine. But as the layers are slowly peeled back, the truth points in more than one direction. However, a major witness overhears something that would send chills down everyone's spine.
All right, then what'd he say?
Then the next thing he said was, "Who the hell are you?" And then that's when I heard the other person in the background, but I couldn't hear what he was saying.
She said she just drove by the house and the house looks ransacked.
On January 30, 2011, Ohio police receive a call from a concerned mother. She requests a welfare check on her 21-year-old son, Johnny Clark, and his 20-year-old girlfriend, Lisa Straub, after receiving terrifying information suggesting something is seriously wrong.
My heart is beating out of my chest. I just got a call from one of my son's friends.
Okay.
Her phone number, I have it right here. She just picked my husband up too. She was on the phone with my son and his girlfriend, and he was supposed to go pick her up. He was telling her he was going out the door, and all she heard was the phone drop and heard my son saying in the background, "Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here?" And she said she just drove by the house, and the house looks ransacked. All the lights.
What is this supposed to have been? There's a dog. Oh my God. I only asked because that is an old ass TV. This is like a really old TV. Like, that is like an old flat screen. My grandparents had one, and it's huge. The back of it is so big for no reason. No reason at all. Very strange.
Lights are on. My son's not answering, and neither is the girlfriend.
The couple is staying at the Straub family home, but Lisa's parents are out of town, leaving Lisa and Johnny alone in the house. Growing increasingly alarmed with the information provided by Tiffany Williams, Johnny's father goes to the residence along with her and Zachary Burkett, also known as Zach, as officers arrive to check on the couple. Police search the area around the home, but find nothing suspicious. The blinds and shutters of the house are closed, blocking any view inside. But with no signs of visible disturbance and no probable cause to go inside, they leave. Meanwhile, calls and messages to Lisa and Johnny go unanswered.
Oh no.
Johnny's mother senses something is deeply wrong, and she places yet another call to the police, insisting they return.
Yeah, I think something's also wrong.
4 cop cars were already out at this residence. They're not there, and her car is in the driveway. I want to know where my son's at.
Okay.
I want to know where my son and his girlfriend are at. I want to know if they got abducted by whoever tried to assault them and rob them. And it's pretty funny that this girl named Tiffany, which is there right now by the residence, waits 2 hours to call somebody and report this.
Okay. Well, like I said, we were out there. There was nothing going on there.
Okay, where is my son and his girlfriend and her car's in the driveway?
How would I know that, ma'am?
I need to report my son missing.
Once again, officers check the outside, but leave the residence without finding anything. However, the Clarks have already sensed that something is wrong.
I hate when this happens. When they go back multiple times and they don't find anything, or they don't find anything. It's because they can't enter the residence, right? So they can't go in. I would be the type of person, I'm going in. I don't care. That's my kid. I'm going inside. I'm not waiting.
Refusing to believe everything is fine, they begin their own search. At the back of the house, Johnny's father notices a window with partially open blinds. He lifts an acquaintance up to peer through the slats, and what they discover next will be truly terrifying.
Okay, wait. What?
At the back of the
what is
house,
this
Johnny's father
animation?
notices a window with partially open blinds. He lifts an
This is funny. Sorry.
acquaintance up to peer through the slats, and what they discover next will be truly terrifying. Through the blinds, he spots Johnny lying on the ground. Seeing this, John immediately kicks in the front door and rushes inside, where he finds his son and Lisa in a gruesome state.
I found them, and I ripped off the bag off my son's head.
You found them tied up with bags around their head.
Then went to her and did the same.
He attempts CPR on the couple, while his wife calls law enforcement a third time.
God. Oh my God. You need to get the police out to Long Acre Lane. My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window.
Oh my God.
The police were out here earlier and did absolutely nothing. Both cell phones are on the ground and we can see the people. Him and his girlfriend are tied up in the basement.
Okay. All right. We'll get them out there.
Get them cops out here. I told them earlier and they were listening to me.
You need to calm down. We'll get them out there. But yelling at me is
unconscious. They're unconscious, ma'am.
Police arrive at the Straub residence shortly after 4 a.m. and discover Johnny and Lisa lying on the floor near the kitchen dining table. The couple's hands are bound behind their backs with duct tape, and plastic bags are secured over their heads. Johnny's ankles are also bound, and through the positioning of their clothing, it appears that both of them have been dragged here. There are no gunshot or stab wounds, deepening the mystery surrounding their deaths. To dig deeper, investigators move room by room, and almost immediately, the house begins to speak. On the ground, they notice a plant pot and a clock lie overturned. The kitchen cabinets hang open with broken fragments of a cell phone scattered across the floor. In the sunroom, a torn photograph of the couple is left behind, abandoned in plain sight. Then the door between the garage and the kitchen captures their attention. The door is bent around the deadbolt with the frame bowing inward, suggesting someone tried to force their way in. As they move upstairs toward Lisa's room, the damage is far.
How did they not see that when the police were looking?
Far worse. The door shows impact damage around the lock, suggesting it was flung open forcefully from the outside as she tried to barricade herself in. Inside the room, the drawers are pulled out and emptied, with the mattress in the master bedroom shoved off its box spring. Clothes are also flung across the walk-in closet, and a dresser has been pushed forward, exposing a hidden panel. Behind it, a crawl space has been opened, and the drywall has been broken through, as if whoever was searching believed something important is concealed there. At first glance, it looks like a robbery, but the evidence refuses to support it. 6 envelopes containing millions in Iraqi dinars are left behind, discarded. The jewelry and other expensive items also remain untouched. The only money taken is, weirdly, a few dollar bills. The crime scene looks anything but normal and suggests more than one person must have been involved, as they find multiple individuals' DNA at the crime scene as well as on the duct tape. It raises more questions than answers, but what is waiting for them will be far more tangled than they imagine. Meanwhile, news of the double homicide in the quiet suburban neighborhood makes headlines, and the police face intense criticism.
Joey Jackson, do you realize that the police, in coming there 2 different times, the first time they stayed, I think, 11 minutes, the second time they came 30 minutes, they knew that the 911 call said that the son had said, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And it's the family that had to find the bodies with the plastic bags over the heads?
With mounting pressure, officers turn to their only lead, the person who...
They look like such nice kids, too. This is crazy. And what was with the Iraqi dinars? What was that? Why did they have this money? That's kind of weird.
Who overheard the beginning of the attack, Tiffany Williams. She and 17-year-old Zach were supposed to meet the couple that night, but instead witnessed this horrible situation. Officers send Zach for a polygraph test and bring in Tiffany for an interview, hoping to uncover the truth. What she reveals will give them a glimpse of Johnny and Lisa's final moments.
Let's talk about talking to Johnny and Lisa. Was there supposed to be a party?
No party.
There wasn't supposed to be a party.
No,
they didn't invite anybody else over.
No, it was a last minute, hey, do you guys want to come over and play pool?
Okay.
A last minute thing. Nobody knew we was going out
And
there.
what time, do you remember about what time you guys were, was this on the phone?
Yeah.
All right, or texting?
No, it was we were on the phone.
But you're texting too at the same time.
No.
I mean, if you're not okay.
No, I had texted Lisa while she was at work. Because we had talked to Johnny, and Johnny said they were going to get pills when Lisa got off work. And I was like, can you find me one, and I'll give you the money back tomorrow. He said he had to ask Lisa, so I text Lisa's phone. That's where the texting came in.
Okay.
Then by the time Lisa got off work, which was at, I'm guessing, 10 o'clock, Lisa had texted me back and was like, I thought you was a friend. And then that's when I called Lisa, like, no, you took that in the wrong way. It wasn't nothing like that.
Johnny and Lisa were supposed to pick up Tiffany and Zach to play pool at the house and do some pills. Around 10:41 p.m., Tiffany calls Johnny, and during the call, she overhears the chilling conversation.
That's so weird. You're just gonna hang out and okay. That doesn't, I don't know. I guess because I'm not that kind of party person, it doesn't seem like a party to me.
You called Johnny on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did it ring, you think? Remember?
Once or twice.
Okay, 1 to 2 rings. Picked it right up.
Mm-hmm.
You know it was Johnny.
Yes.
How long of a pause before he said anything?
He didn't say hello.
All right, so he never said anything.
Never said hello.
So, all right, so you're on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
How long before you hear anything on the phone? What did you?
Like, as soon as he picked it up, he didn't say hello to me, but he was like, bro, what are you doing?
All right, I want to get this down again.
Okay, and he said that approximately 3 times.
Okay.
At that moment, Johnny may have just witnessed the murders, and from here, the tension only escalates.
All right, give me his voice.
He didn't witness them. He was one of the people being murdered. I don't think he witnessed the murders. I think he witnessed somebody breaking in or something.
Was it, bro, what are you doing? Or, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like that.
He sounded pissed?
Yeah.
Did he sound scared?
No.
Then what'd he say?
Then the next thing he said was, who the hell are you?
How many times?
Once. And then that's when I heard the other person in the background, but I couldn't hear what he was saying.
So you overheard a voice in the background?
A guy voice.
You're sure it was a guy?
Positive it was a guy.
Have you ever heard it before?
No. Well, I really couldn't tell, you know what I mean,
Right.
but...
Okay. All right, so then what?
Then he asked again, bro, what are you doing? After he said, who are you?
After the 3 times he said it here, he
then
said it again.
Yeah, and that's when this guy was talking, so that's why I couldn't hear him, is because Johnny was saying, bro, what are you doing once again?
This suggests that Tiffany was hearing something sinister unfold, and then she reveals the most shocking part.
Did he sound like he knew them people?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew. Because, you know, if you knew Johnny...
How did he end the conversation with you?
Tip, I'm gonna call you back, and hung
Okay.
up.
However, despite this chilling scenario that she overheard, Tiffany took approximately 2 hours to reach out to anyone.
Now, you call who?
I didn't call nobody.
Who did you call to tell him that conversation with Johnny?
Nobody, I just told Zach.
Okay, how did Johnny's mom find out about the phone conversation?
After I had drove out to their house and there was no response, I drove back.
To Lisa's house.
When after I left Lisa's house, I drove back and I was like, well, maybe they're just ignoring us. We'll just drive around, look for them. And I called my friend Sharita to get Ruben's number, which is Johnny's best friend, so that I could get in contact. Well, see if Johnny could answer, if he would answer the phone to Ruben, and then if Ruben didn't get an answer, then we can get a hold of the family and let the family know. Because I just thought maybe he was ignoring me.
Although Tiffany seems believable on the surface, certain things about her actions raise immediate red flags.
One thing that raises an immediate red flag is you're calling too many people. Why did you not as soon as she needed to come up with how the mom knew, it got too convoluted. She was like, I'm going to call this person to get this person's number, to call them to see what's going on, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's too many people. You know what I mean? It's too many people. It's too many things.
She claims she took 2 hours to reach out to anyone because she was out with Zach and thought that Johnny and Lisa were just ignoring their calls.
Did they
But
do
then
that often?
another bombshell drops. Zach fails the polygraph, raising further questions about Tiffany's testimony. However, lacking concrete proof against her, they let Tiffany go. Now the police turn their attention to other leads. Johnny's phone records show that minutes before Tiffany's call, Johnny had called a close family friend. According to this friend, Johnny had repeatedly told her that he was waiting for a visit from a dealer called Anthony Watson. Believing Anthony could be their key to unraveling the mystery, they call him in for questioning.
Did you see Johnny that day?
No, I didn't see him that day at all.
What time did you start talking to Johnny on the phone?
I probably talked to him in the morning, but when I started talking to him, like I talked to him every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? When he was
Okay, but when? Yeah, but that's what I'm.
They just got a dealer to come in and hang out. I love how it says Johnny and Lisa's friend. Johnny and Lisa's dealer.
He probably called me in the morning when he woke up around like 1. You know, he'd sleep in a lot. So he probably called me around noon, 1. You know, I probably talked to him, and then when I talked to him, I think I talked to him when I was at my mom's house, and then when I left, we talked. And
Did he call your mom's house or you on your cell phone?
My mom's house phone, probably my cell phone.
So Johnny called in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But you never saw him?
Not that day.
When did you guys start making plans for him to come over?
I was about to leave my mom's house. Well, he said he was gonna, when he Lisa gets off work, he's gonna come over. And then it ended up being, I think about like 9:30 when we got home from my mom's house. And then I was talking to him on the phone, and about 10:30 he called me, he said he was gonna come over, and then I was like, no, it's too late, I'm going to sleep, I got school in the morning.
Anthony's claims seem believable, but in a case already so tangled, officers can't afford to believe him fully. So they directly ask him the question they are desperately trying to answer. But Anthony is about to give them more than they could ever expect.
Do you have a feeling about who might have done this?
The person I thought had done it, I already passed the lie detector test, so, you know, person I had in my mind, the only person I could pop up and be like, oh, I think he did it. That's,
all right,
I already passed the lie detector.
All right, you're talking about AP.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you think he'd have done it with?
See, I had no idea. You know,
I think you do have an idea.
I know who it was when AP came into my house. You know what I'm saying?
Who was he with?
Well, this is what the word on the street was. He was with Mike Gonzalez and Adam Gonzalez. It was them three.
When they robbed you, AP was with Mike and Adam Gonzalez.
That's what the word on the street was. You know what I mean?
The AP Anthony mentions here is the same AP who is the father of Tiffany's baby, as Tiffany is already under surveillance. This revelation raises major red flags against her.
Let's take Mike and Adam Gonzalez out of that picture right there, and you got AP. Who else?
I have no idea, to be honest. No idea.
What about Chris?
My brother?
Yeah.
He don't like AP. They tried to kill me. You know, like my brother's not gonna hang out with AP. You know, they came in my house shooting. He ain't gonna hang out with AP. He don't like the kid. He wanted to fight him, and I was like, bro, just leave it alone. I don't know if he's the one that did it. You know what I'm saying?
So far, the only one that seems to be level-headed and kind of factual about this is this guy. He seems like the only one you should trust about this. So far.
Well, I'm going to come right out and ask you, did you ever make the statement, I think my brother Chris did this?
No.
You didn't say that to anybody?
No.
So if more than one person would have sat here and told me that Tone said that he thinks his brother would have done this, everybody else is lying?
Yeah, they have to be. They ain't hearing from my mouth, I'll tell you that.
Tom? How did you get Tom from Anthony? Tony? Aunt? Tom?
People talk, you know.
I know people talk, but I think you're lying to me right now, Anthony.
No.
I think you have a feeling of who might have done this, and the reason you have that feeling is because, do you know something?
I know nothing.
Anthony doesn't reveal much, but he leaves them with crucial information. He urges police to focus on another of the couple's friends, 21-year-old Alex Cusino. Alex had been physically involved with Johnny, a situation that also fueled AP's resentment toward him. She has also been involved in 2 bust-ups with Johnny, one just 2 months prior to the murders. Sensing she could provide them with more information or a potential strong lead, they call her in for an interview. What unravels during her interview will raise more questions than answers.
Did you use with Johnny pills?
Yeah.
Smoke weed?
Yeah.
Did you buy your weed from Johnny?
No.
Did you buy your pills from Johnny?
No.
So, okay, after Johnny...
I like how they described whatever she got into with this good Johnny guy as a dust-up.
Lisa broke up. You guys sleep together. Did you still see Johnny every so often at a...
We just like like bumping each other like out and about, you know.
Okay.
But like we didn't really hang out or nothing like that.
She denies having any contact with Johnny around the murder, but surprisingly, after checking her phone records, they discover incriminating information. It shows Alex and Zach have been talking many times a day, starting days after the murders.
You talk to Zach a lot on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
I know. I call him all the time. It's my little...
What are you guys talking about?
I
Pills?
just tell him random
Weed?
stuff. No, I don't get my pills and weed off of him though. That's what's so crazy, but...
So you've talked to Zach a lot since this whole thing's happened.
That's like, Zach's like... My family knows Zach. My kids know Zach. Like, they love him.
What's Zach been like since the homicide? How's he been active?
A lot of these people got kids and they're like really young. That's just something I've noticed. They're like well into their... She's like, what, 20, 21, something like that. And she said, my kids know him. They love him. Also, Zach is 17. Why is he hanging out with all these, like, 20-year-olds? That's weird. I used to hang out with a lot of 20-year-olds, but it was because, I don't know. I just did. It was kind of weird. It's weird to think about now. And it's weird to think about this 17-year-old hanging out with all these adults. It's just weird.
Same.
Same as always?
Yeah.
But I know Zach's got a real bad pill problem.
Real bad. That's why I'm glad he's doing it right now.
Investigators have already gotten suspicious information about her, as Johnny's father claims that Alex threatened Johnny and Lisa over the phone. But with no evidence implicating her, Alex is allowed to go for now. Meanwhile, Anthony Watson returns to the police with a huge breakthrough. He has heard from a female friend that 3 men, including someone by the name of Samuel Williams, had attempted to rob the Straub home.
It wasn't faced, you know what I mean? I guess it wasn't seen by face, but it was, you know what I mean? I guess it was, from what it was, she told me they were masked up, you know what I mean?
Who was messed up?
Masked up.
Oh, masked up. Okay.
So he confronted somebody.
Yeah, he confronted somebody when he walked out, and then they pushed him back inside. They brought him back inside, and that's when it all went damaged. And couldn't find no safe, nothing. So I guess they and checking in walls.
This comes as a major tip-off, as Anthony also claims that his friend told him there was a man named Dro and a second woman also involved. Soon, they also received DNA results of the cigarette butt found at the crime scene, further corroborating his claims. The result is a 50-50 match for 2 individuals, Samuel Williams, also known as Sam, and Cameo Petaway. But little do they know that the case is soon going to take an unexpected turn.
What were they, sharing a cigarette and just passing it back and forth? That's weird.
Leaving them wondering if whatever they discovered was actually true or just a bluff. For now, they swiftly arrest 22-year-old Sam, who has been in and out of jail before he can vanish.
You know a guy named Johnny Clark? You don't know John Clark? You know a young lady named Lisa Straub? No? Don't know Johnny Clark? You don't know Lisa Straub?
Have you ever been to that house? It's in Springfield Township.
No.
Okay. You sure?
Positive.
All right.
All right.
100% positive.
All right. Some more names?
Yeah. You know
All these kids, I'm noticing a pattern. All these kids are kind of like I don't want to say white trash, but you notice how like dirtbaggy they all are? Like they've all got a jacket, they've all got a bunch of kids real young, they've all got a record, they've all got, stuff going on. And it's just interesting. I've noticed that they're all very young and they have like this like crazy stuff going on already. And it's just weird to think about. I don't know when this was. I didn't catch that at the beginning. But these kids were like suffocated. Oh, like that's the worst way I can think to die. To be bound and have a bag over your head that you can't get off. The fear alone would I would panic and I would die faster. So I can imagine that being the way that you're taken out of this world. And all their friends are like dirtbags. They like run around in this circle of seriously just like not okay people. It seems. That's very odd.
I'm going to throw some names at you. You tell me, Tone Watson? You know Tone? Anthony, Tone. Always hangs out with
I know a couple of Tonys, but not, you don't go by Tone.
Well, Anthony, Tony, hangs with a mixed dude, Zach, Fat Zach. Fat
Who's
Zach?
the Tonys you know?
Yeah.
I know one from the east side, Starlet, my baby mom's other baby dad, Anthony Wolf.
Sam seems relaxed and unfazed by what is going on. He even asks officers a seemingly innocent question, not knowing that this will be his undoing.
So that's what happened to these young couples.
So how did my name get brought up in this?
Science.
I don't understand how.
Now, when these guys collected a lot of pieces of evidence in there that were involved in this crime, they sent it down to Bowling Green for testing. Okay? And items in that scene came back with your DNA on it. Okay? Well, how do you explain that?
He's then confronted with the most damning piece of evidence they have found in the case.
I have no idea.
You've never been to that house.
Never been to that house.
You don't know those kids.
I don't know them people.
And your DNA's in that house.
I don't know.
You have no idea?
It would have been better if you'd been like, yeah, I was there. I've been there all the time. I smoke cigarettes and toss them in the floor in there. That's crazy. I just kind of flick butts all around that house when I hang out there because I know those people and they let me do that. So it doesn't matter, It's not a big deal. I just be, putting out cigarettes and tossing them behind doors and shit at their house. It's crazy, but I do it. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Anything to not be this.
Do you understand where that puts you? Do you understand where this is going?
Although Sam doesn't admit his involvement in the murders of Johnny and Lisa, he is convicted and transferred to the Lucas County Jail. Soon after, Cameo Petaway is also arrested and indicted as his accomplice. But the real twist arrives when Sam makes phone calls to Cameo's brother, Stephen Petaway, that will prove damning.
When you were in the joint, we took off, man. That was supposed to be me and you. But little bro had to step up and take your spot, man.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna do it right like I would do it right. And
Stephen, this is it, and you're going to be gone for a long stretch.
While Sam and Cameo are being held in jail, a woman named Destiny Madrid comes forward with shocking claims that can flip the case on its head. She says that she was with Sam on the night of the murder.
We were sitting right by the front door. That table by the front door, it was right there. There was 4 seats. And I don't know who the other guy that was with us, but I know it was me, Sam, and Larry. And then there was another person, but I don't know what his name was. But we were sitting Here's the door and the table, like right there. We were sitting right there. Like,
What was on TV then?
the NFC football game. So it was either a Sunday or it might have been a Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday because the NFC football game, the championship game, was on that night.
Destiny insists that she remembers that night vividly, as it was Sam's cousin's birthday and they were chilling at the bar. But then the detective asks her something which would be significant in proving her claims.
Finally, he's like, look, I'm sorry for the argument we had, whatever. Can we meet up? We met up, took me out, went to the bar, had a couple drinks. We went to his sister's house. Like I said, I want to say it's that same night that we went back to the Bedford Hotel, but I'm not sure if it's that night or the night after.
All right, what if I clear it up for you? What if I tell you that you're not on the video at the bottom line on that night?
What do you mean?
The bottom line has video.
Right.
So you or Sam are not on that video that night inside the bottom line. Or whatever bar that was. Was it the bottom line? Yeah.
With this one piece of evidence, all her claims are shut down, and then they receive another lead from the jailhouse. An informant named Eric Yingling tells police that Sam has spoken to him in detail about his role in the murders.
What the
Yingling explains,
Sam went through the garage and there was an entrance door to the home. Johnny was on the phone, and as he went into the house, they started yelling and getting violent. Johnny told Lisa to go upstairs, and they started yelling and screaming, and they're searching for the money but couldn't find anything. Lisa had gone upstairs and went into a locked room. Sam had to push his way through the locked door to get in there and bring her downstairs. They were trying to torture Lisa to motivate Johnny to tell them about the money. On the third time, Lisa passed out, and she never woke up. At that point, Sam and Cameo went into the garage, where Eric Taylor killed Johnny. According to Sam, Cameo is the one who had killed Lisa, but they did not go there to kill anybody.
However, the Eric Taylor he mentions here never goes on trial or no even identified in the crime. Yingling also claims that Sam told him about the foreign currency but was unaware about the process of currency exchange. Finally, based on the recordings, inmates' claims, and the DNA match, Sam and Cameo face criminal charges. The jury trials for the two men take place simultaneously in July of 2012. However, despite the initial charges, Cameo Petaway is acquitted due to insufficient evidence linking him directly to the deaths. On the other hand, Sam Williams is found guilty by a jury of aggravated murder, kidnapping, and aggravated burglary. He receives 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole for the murder convictions. Additionally, he receives 10 years for kidnapping and burglary, running concurrently with the life terms.
So, okay, I have so many thoughts. So many. One, people have got to stop confessing in jail to like their bunkmates or whatever. It's just going to get you ratted out, okay? 2, it sounds like they knew about the Iraqi dinars, and so they went there to get those. Or they heard that it was like $6 million, and then they went there and realized it wasn't an American. It was like, well, I don't know how to exchange this. I don't know how to exchange it out. Which 6 million in Iraqi dinar is $4,546 American. So I don't think it would have been worth it to even exchange it, honestly. But what's even crazier is, notice that Sam said that his friend, whose DNA was also the same, killed somebody, and then some Eric, quote unquote Eric, also killed somebody. I don't think there was an Eric. I think it was the 2 of them, and one accidentally killed Lisa, and then Sam took care of Johnny. That's what I think. But he didn't want to be blamed. He wanted to get off scot-free. So there are no charges for this mystery man because he doesn't exist.
But this trial isn't the end, but the beginning of never-ending questions that refuse to be answered. A journalist, Brian Duggar, digs deeper into the case, and finds certain details which were overlooked in the trial. He finds that the information about the Iraqi dinars was already publicly known by the time Sam's inmate claimed that Sam discussed these key details with him. The inmate also admits that his wife had researched the case already. Sam, too, claims his innocence in an online interview with Duggar.
I know that I was at the Bottom Line bar watching the Probo with a few other people, which one was Destiny Madrid, the girl that got arrested on my case. My cousin Larry Gilhouse was there. Eddie Flores was there.
Even his acquaintance, Eddie Flores, claims the same thing.
My little cousin's birthday is January 31st. He turned 21. But he was there hanging out with us, and it was all just chit-chatting, you know? I've known Sam since he was a little kid.
A record search also shows that Eddie's cousin did turn 21 in January of 2011. But despite Sam's insistence on his innocence, nothing concrete can prove he was actually at the bar. One thing that raises more questions is that it would have taken more than one person to kill Johnny and Lisa, yet only Sam was ever convicted. More than 10 years later, there is still fear hanging over the case, with the knowledge that one person did not commit this crime. There are likely multiple killers still walking around free. The case leaves many questions that may never be answered. Did Sam actually kill Lisa and Johnny? Was someone else also involved? And if so, who? Let us know in the comment section.
Wow, that was insane. It actually just went on. That's wild. But then again, when you think about it, of course he's going to say that he wasn't a part of it. Of course he was going to say he didn't do it. Of course he was going to try to come up with an excuse because he doesn't want to go to jail. So it's weird that a lot of people remember something happening one way and it happened a different way, but that happens, you know? She couldn't even remember what day it was when they spoke with her. They didn't find them on CCTV. So, you know, what's the saying? Pics or it didn't happen. And if they can't find proof, then I guess it didn't happen. So, but you're saying that you weren't at this house and they found your DNA at the scene where 2 people died. Like, you don't have an explanation for that. Sorry. Thanks for playing, I guess.